When it comes to women's health, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and that's why we've asked our favorite OBGYN back to the show to bust some medical myths for us. Please welcome Dr. Jessica Shepard.
Hello.
Hello, Doc. So good to see you. First up, we heard that this is, I just was sort of reading about this and I want to get your take. Is it true that tampons contain toxic materials such as arsenic and lead?
Yeah, so this was a study that we were seeing that was coming out at looking at metals that may be in tampons, again, which weren't really monitored before, but now we're having a look at not only which metals were in there, but how many and how much. So I think that that was part of the study. Again, they weren't really able to find what the significant amount of was between, say, organic and non-organic, and the true amounts and how it absorbs into the vaginal tissue, again, which is another part of that. So the good thing is that it was seen, but now we need more studies to tell us how much is absorbed, and the reasons why that these things that are used for feminine products always need to be tested.
Yes, exactly. So what should we be using instead of that?
Yeah, you know, if people really feel like this is a lane that I don't want to go down, so many different options, which I'm glad that we have. We have the discs, we have the cups, we have, so for example, an IUD, which is a form of contraception and can decrease bleeding. So I think that there are other ways that women can use something other than an actual product that may have some type of metals in it that they're not wanting to really go down that avenue.
That's
good
absurd.
info. Okay,
Yeah.
Doc, true or false? I'm in my perimenopause journey, so I want to ask you this. Should women in perimenopause be taking testosterone to help with our brain fog, other symptoms? What would you say?
I am a big fan of testosterone, obviously a testosterone user myself. Now, I think that women in general, they never really gave them the luxury of using testosterone because it was used as a male hormone, but women have testosterone as well. We don't have as much, but we do have testosterone. So again, talking to your doctor about the safety and benefits of testosterone, especially when we think of mental fog, you know, executive functioning, memory, testosterone has a lot to do with that as well.
Ooh.
So if you are a woman and you have been using testosterone, what kinds of things should you look for in your body? Like how would that help? Because I'm totally in the dark about this.
Yeah, testosterone, when we start to see that decrease in perimenopause and menopause, again, that can be features of mental clarity, it can also be for libido, it can be for concentration as well. So finding the right amount is going to be different for everybody, and also in the modality in which you receive testosterone. So it still is off-label, it's not FDA approved for use in women, but we know the benefits, and hopefully in the near future we can get that turned around where it's FDA approved, and we can have the same luxury of using testosterone for men that we do for women.
Thank you.
That's very good.
Yes.
Now let's talk about people I know very close to me have this endometriosis. We hadn't talked about this in a while, and now we are. I'm so glad. It's a chronic condition. It affects roughly 190 million people worldwide. Is it true if you have endometriosis, you need to have a hysterectomy to treat it?
Good question.
I hope that everyone in the world is watching this one now, because that is absolutely false. You do not need a hysterectomy in order to treat endometriosis. And the reason is it is fueled by estrogen, which again is kind of given off more by our ovaries than the actual uterus itself. So really there are a lot of modalities which can be used through medications. There are a lot of surgeons that are just focused on endometriosis and can do a surgery that's not a hysterectomy to help with the pain symptoms. And there's so much other modalities that are now available, and now that we have more education around it, that people really should look at their options before resorting to a hysterectomy.
Thank you for saying that.
Just real quickly, what are some alternate treatments? You kind of started off mentioning some right now.
Yeah, so alternate treatments can be just resection of the actual lesions that are contributing to endometriosis pain. You can also use a modality of medications that kind of suppress and decrease the amount of estrogen that's being secreted, which is, again, going to be fueling endometriosis. And then other modalities like acupuncture, other ways of getting pain medication that is not, again, through a narcotic form. So, again, so many different options in learning how to treat endometriosis.
Dr. Shepard, you know, just on behalf of all of us here, we want to thank you for all of your visits to DBL. You have been a pivotal, trusted medical voice on our show. But as you know, our show has been sunsetted, and this will be your last appearance. And we just want to say thank you. Really, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you again for all the support and the ability to share this information with your viewers.
Absolutely.
Thank you
It's our
so much,
honor.
Dr. Shepard. It is our honor. Be on the lookout for Dr. Shepard's book, Generation M. It is coming out this October. I cannot wait. I will be purchasing. You can also find out more information and follow her at Jessica Shepard, MD. Thank you again, Doc. Thank you. We'll be right back.